Hey Cozy fam, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jess with Jess's Magical Memoirs.
And I'm Dan.
And we are here to talk to you guys about the house and the whole selling process and how everything has been going up until this point. The last video that I posted, I was talking to you guys about inspections. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll go ahead and link that down below along with all of the other vlogs that are part of selling the house and us moving to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
In the last video, I kind of gave you guys an update about where the process was. All the inspections are done and they have all gone great. We signed some more stuff and now we are just waiting for the closing at this point. At this moment in time, just to do a little bit of feeling check, I am feeling good, a little stressed because we've had some hiccups recently that we weren't expecting, that we thought we had avoided, and it turned out we didn't avoid them. So I guess I'm feeling excited that we've made it to this point in this part of the process and things are moving smoothly, knock on wood. But I'm also like a little stressed as far as planning financially and planning going forward, because I know at this point this is our last lull week, and
for the most part,
and then we're going to be back to like hitting the ground running. How are you feeling like right now in this moment with how the process has gone so far?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just all the stress with the news that we got about the financial part.
Yeah.
But I'm still feeling pretty good. We're finally going to be able to do what we've been wanting to do for the last 5 years now. Just
to kind of backtrack for you guys a little bit, this whole process started when Dan had gotten a transfer to a facility down in Orlando, Florida for his job. So
it was by chance.
It was really great that he was able to find somewhere that he was willing to move to without any changes in pay or benefits. And also with the possibility of a promotion for him in the future, which is one thing that he's really wanted and hasn't been able to get where he currently is. Plus, you guys all know we love Disney. We love being in Orlando, Florida. And honestly, for me anyway, it's felt like home more there than it has here for quite some time. So when situations came up with the house and more finances and just struggles in general with being here in Rhode Island and him having the opportunity to transfer, it just kind of was like, okay, no more manifesting and wishing. It was just like,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It was fate. It's time. And we jumped on it. It's been a roller coaster ever since. It's been really emotional for me. As you guys know, when I first announced us moving to Florida, I talked about the challenges about kind of feeling like we're splitting up the family a little bit. As of today, I've definitely moved past all of those, strong emotions. I think once it gets closer to move again, they're probably going to hit me a little bit more again. But right now, I'm feeling good. Everybody is confident with their choices and their decisions. And we've moved past that first hurdle. And I think I'm finally starting to get into the excited phase a little bit. I don't know about you. After we made the decision and he did the transfer request, we then went ham with the house. As you guys saw, it was like 3 videos of just chaos. Updating the house, fixing a few things, painting, having to take out and box up stuff that we would we have to really declutter the house.
Yeah, well, because we had it presentable for showings
And for photos. That was the main thing, is we really had to go crazy to make sure the photos, the house was decent for photos, so when we put it up online that the photo quality was really good and it enticed buyers. During that whole situation, I was stressed. I think you were stressed towards the very last couple of days.
Yeah, because we still had a ton of stuff to do.
Yeah, it was just really overwhelming. The process of, it's different when you're just packing up an apartment and moving to another apartment. It's a whole nother beast when you're having to downsize and declutter a 4-bedroom house with 4 kids in it. And I think in the beginning I was like, oh, I've got this paced out so good. We're going to do X, Y, and Z and we'll be all set. And then like 2 or 3 days before, it was like, ah.
Well, I mean, we also built a life here for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And just packing it all away is going to be tough.
Yeah. Like we accumulated, like, I feel like we developed and grew into certain hobbies and discovered things and started collecting things. Like we became big Lego people. And my planner business and my planner things had grown. Our love for Disney grew a lot once we moved into this house. So a lot of that meant more stuff. And it was neat, but it was a lot. So it was just a lot to go through. And we're going to have a lot more to go through as this process continues and when we're finally at the point where we're actually packing up to move. But I am glad that we did what we did when we did it, because it was like a dent, and so it's a little bit less to have to worry about once we go back to packing and things like that again. I
mean, it shouldn't be that bad now that we've been able to get rid of a lot of stuff.
There is still more to downsize, and there definitely is some more things that specifically me gonna have to get rid of. I think I'm feeling okay with where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So after the photos got taken, the house went on the market a week after the photos got taken. And then literally, you guys, within 6 hours, we had our first showing scheduled. And then we had 2 more showings the next day for that night scheduled. So we ended up with 3 showings in less than 24 hours.
Less than 2 days, yeah.
And I think at that point I was in shock. Like I was like, I know that everybody was telling me it's gonna sell, people are gonna be interested, it's gonna go quick. And I said, yeah, probably, but to me quick meant like, I guess, a couple of weeks. And it wasn't even a day and we already had 3 showings.
Well, like I told you, this house has a lot more potential than you had brought it out to have.
Don't get me wrong, the house is nice. It's a really cute house and it's been really good to us, but it's never been my cup of tea. Like, this house became my home because of my family and what we created here. It was never about the house itself. So I guess for me, seeing how much people would actually really love this house was kind of like a distant thought, because I never fully grasped that. So
it's all about how you imagine yourself in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I guess for me, it's because I was able to provide for you guys and keep a roof over your head. That's why it's a little different for me.
Yeah, I think this house probably feels a little bit more special to Dan because it was the first house that he was able to give, not just to the twins, but specifically for me and my older kids. It was our first like real stable home environment, and I can see why that would like make you feel things.
Just it was a big accomplishment for me.
Yeah.
After all I've been through.
So I guess I also look at this as a stepping stone, though, too, about like I was saying a minute ago, about creating and developing ourselves as individuals and also as a couple and as parents, and discovering who we are a little bit more. And now we're going to be able to do that even more and take that with us to a place that's become so special for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited for that part of it. So the house listed, and then the house got 3 showings within 2 days. And at the end of day 2, we were picking an offer. And
because 2 out of the 3 families put an offer in. Well,
no, all 3 of them did.
Yeah.
Yep. And we ended up picking an offer immediately because it was such a good offer. And they were very accommodating to us needing to be able to stay till the kids finished school. And it was just insane and a shock to me at how smoothly everything had gone and how fast it went. I'm just not used to that personally. My life didn't work out that good for me so easily. Everything was always a struggle. So for me to have to accept and process how well it went, how quickly it went without any hiccups was it almost like didn't hit me until after we were already in it, because I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I mean, even you were like in shock of like how quickly it was like a delayed reaction, a response to how quickly it had all went.
I mean, I knew this house was going to sell because it's got good bones on it, and it has potential for upgrades and whatnot. And I knew it was going to sell, but I didn't think it was going to sell that quick. I thought at least a week and a half, the least.
Yeah.
But just to get a really good offer that fast, it's very uncommon for houses in New England.
Well, also too, like, it wasn't even just like how quickly the offers came in and we accepted them, but also how quickly we signed.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, I almost wanted to scream, slow down, slow down.
Well, but this is just telling you that it's just meant to happen.
And that's where we were at that point. I think we were like, okay, that's where my mindset went was, wow, like the fact that it's going this way, this easily, this smoothly, this quickly. I just kept saying in the back of my mind, like, this is fate, like the timing is finally here. It took me a couple of days to like really grasp that.
Well, but that's how you've always been. Even when we found out we were pregnant with the twins.
Anything it takes.
Anything that's like culture shock status.
Big. Yeah. It takes me. I have like delayed processing.
It's gonna hit me a lot more when it gets closer, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
I do think for me it comes in waves. So like it hits and then I'm good. And then I'm excited and I'm going on this high, and then it hits and that's kind of how my emotions and my processing works. And I think you're working on that, like trying to be more like in it, like in the moment. But we signed after we accepted the offer, and then inspections came, and it was almost like I was preparing my brain to expect something to come up. And I think that's just because of my past trauma. I'm always expecting something bad to happen because something bad always happened to balance out the good. And nothing bad happened. The inspections went well, and the next thing you know, we're signing the use and occupancy agreement with the buyers, and that's it. That's where we're at. We are now just waiting until closing, which is in a few weeks, and now we're preparing for our apartment tour trip. So let me ask you, well, when she came to like give us the money for the fire department and like put up the under agreement sign, did you feel like it was more solidified that day, or no?
Well, right now it's just like with the agreement, like whatever it says on the sign
under agreement,
it's just showing that it's just been a success the entire time. But now it's going to say sold on there eventually. I think it's going to hit me there when it says sold.
I think for me, it kind of hit me when we started talking to the closing attorneys about finances and money. Like, oh my God, we're actually doing this. Next week, I signed the paperwork with my daughter's dad for her to stay. And I feel like that's going to be another moment that's kind of like, oh gosh, this is like even more official. Like, this is it. But when she came to put that sign up and tell us that everything went great, we're moving smoothly, and we're on par to close on time with no hiccups, like, I was like holy crap, like this is happening.
It's because like even like when we first bought the house, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And now going 6 years later, I was expecting the same thing to happen, where it was just going to be a catastrophe from the start. Yeah, but it hasn't been that way at all.
Yeah, you take past experiences from things that you've been through before. Like when we purchased the house, as he was saying, it was a mess. But we also didn't purchase this like a normal buy-sell situation either. We were dealing with a bank. This house used to be a foreclosure, and then they redid it, and then they sold it, with a bank. Now we're on the other end of it, but we're not giving it back to a bank. We're selling it to people. So the situation is very different than what we were used to. There's a little part of you that, automatically just prepares yourself in your brain for it to go the way that it went before, because because you don't want any surprises. I hate not knowing. I hate the unknowing. You guys know this. I talk about this all the time.
The unnecessary surprises.
Yeah, like I was talking about the finances that have, that we assumed were there, and then we thought they weren't, and then we find out, no, they actually are there. That's been a struggle for me just because it was the up and down. Like, it's like, I hate like information changing and then I have to keep changing with the information changing. It drives me crazy. I understand what you're saying, where like you kind of like prep yourself for it to be like difficult, because it was difficult for us. But on the flip side of that, I almost think like that just kind of comes back to where we are. We're in a different stage of our life, our family, our marriage, and at some point, science or energy, universe, it's going to come back to you. It's got to come back to you. And I feel like every negative thing that we've been through, every challenge that we've had, we've gotten through it, no problem. And maybe fate was finally like, it's time to just say, here you go. Because we deserve it.
Better late than never.
So next on the docket is going to Orlando. We leave on May 11th. That's I think that's basically 2 weeks from today. And we are going to be going down to Orlando, staying off property and touring a bunch of apartments and looking for places to move to. Like I said, his job is already secure. I am in the process of reaching out to a few different places where I have the potential to work. I just have to wait till we get down there and then I can interview with them. So that'll be really exciting. I'll keep you guys informed about that as that comes up. But we have, I think, 8 tours scheduled right now. I am leaving room for 1 or 2 more, ideally houses or a townhome. But right now, all the places that we're touring are apartments, and that is our plan right now, is just to rent for a little while and really like get to know the area, make sure we're comfortable with it, have some time to save, and then, in another 2 to 3 years, maybe we'll be ready to buy another property down there. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to not having to care for a house for a little while. Just being able to like have things included and not have to worry about taking care of a yard.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. It would be really nice if I could find, like I said, a townhome or a home that's up for rent that we could possibly go and look at. I did get a couple of questions from you guys over on Instagram. And one of the questions was, what part of Florida will we be going to? And we're not quite sure exactly what town it's going to be yet, but we are looking at a few. And obviously, once we do move there, I'll give you guys like a tour of the apartment and things like that, but I'm not going to dig into details about like exactly where we are because privacy reasons. But we are looking in Winter Garden, Windermere, Claremont areas. There are 1 or 2 places that we are looking at that's in like the Champions Gate, Davenport area as well. But those are just to kind of give us a little bit of an extra option. They are further away from Dan's job though. So it just will depend. If we were to actually choose one of those places that are down there, it would really be based on like, we would have to love it. Like we would really have to love that apartment more than some of the other ones in order to choose that, because as everybody knows, the traffic from south of Disney is way worse than if you're north or west of it. So it'd be really nice if Dan didn't have to drive that every day.
What I've told you several times, it's not going to bother me.
I know. But I'm also thinking future. Right now, it's not going to bother you, I don't think, because we're just excited. But once we're in it and you're doing it day after day after day, it might get frustrating and annoying after a while. So those are some of the areas. Ideally, I think our dream area would be Winter Garden. That's really where we would like to be. Claremont is nice, but it would have to be further towards the Winter Garden line. We don't want to be so far up in Claremont that we're too far from everything. So we have done a lot of research and looked at the different apartments, and I've mapped them on where they are and all of those things. So I know the distances between the apartments that we've looked at and where Dan's job is and how far they are from Disney and Universal. And so hopefully any of those options will be good, and we'll find something from the bunch that we've picked. I talked about this in my daily plan with me video about just how overcome and excited I am about this trip. And I think I was nervous for a really long time about doing it because
it's a big step.
Yeah, but also because like we weren't at this point yet. Like we were still like going through it. And now that we've gotten over that and now we're just waiting to close, it's making it like oh my God, like this is happening, you know?
No turning back now.
Are you looking forward to this trip? Do you feel like nerves are setting in? Are you excited? Or are you kind of just like coasting?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I might not show it, but I'm excited. I don't know.
Are you excited about just going? Or are you excited about actually like looking at places and stuff? Yeah.
I've been excited about it.
Yeah.
I talk about it every day at work just to drive the guys crazy because they keep wanting me to stay.
I'm like there are certain places that I'm really excited to see. Honestly, we have one day we're going to be more in like the downtown Orlando area, which is also the day that Dan is going to go tour his new facility. And we haven't really driven in those areas. So I'm really excited to kind of just see more of Orlando and see more around Universal. Yeah, so we haven't really driven around those areas of Orlando yet. So I'm kind of excited to just see more of Orlando.
Well, that last trip we took with the kids, we drove around Orlando a little bit.
Well, we did like Windermere, and we did a little bit of Winter Garden, not much, but we didn't go like towards Universal. Like when we went towards Universal, we went to Universal.
Yeah.
We didn't like drive around and go further up north, and this time we're going to be doing that. So I'm really excited to kind of just see the area a little bit more, get to know the roads a little bit better, see the traffic more in real time, things like that. Also, that day we're going back to Yellow Dog Eats. So excited. Yeah, the last time we went to Yellow Dog Eats was like 4 trips ago. Oh God.
That was a 10 out of 10 experience. That place.
Yellow Dog Eats was so good. So I made it a point for us to be able to go back when we go down in a couple of weeks. So that's during that day. And like I said, like I mapped these days out to make it as cohesive as I possibly could with a little bit of a grain of salt. You know, I don't know the areas tremendously well yet, but I think I did a pretty good job of figuring out what apartments were in what areas and what food was around. But honestly, the day that I'm looking forward to the most is our Winter Garden day. We went into Winter Garden a little bit, but we didn't go up into the village or like see any of the neighborhoods that were over there. And I'm really excited to see the village and look through that whole area a little bit more. One of the apartment tours that we're going to see, it's my favorite one right now, and that one's on that day. So I'm really excited to see that apartment complex. And then we have a couple of Disney-esque things planned.
We can't go to Florida without going to Disney.
So we're not going to be going into the parks, but we are going to be doing a monorail crawl. So excited for that. We've been on the monorail many times. We've been to all 3 of those hotels, but we've never done a crawl. So
at least you get to drive through Epcot for a minute.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then we're also going to do Disney Springs one night. And I'm not sure where we're going to eat yet. It's going to be a super casual night, but we're going to hopefully meet up with my friend Chris. And then on our last day, I was able to get us a reservation to Topolino's at Riviera. I had a Topolino's reservation when I went back on my solo trip, but I ended up canceling it because 1, I wanted to save a little bit of money, and 2, I felt bad going without Dan.
Good, because I would have been upset.
It's one that we both have been trying to get into for so long and really have been wanting to do for forever. And I was so excited that I was able to get us a reservation. And the fact that I got this reservation on our last day, I feel like I'm going to be really emotional. I feel like I'm going to get really emotional at that breakfast.
Why?
Well, think about it. This is going to be the last day that,
it's just the start of a new beginning.
No, I know that, but I mean like the apartment tour segment. So like we would have toured a bunch of places for 2 days straight, and then we're gonna go sit down. It's gonna be like our like an aha moment, like an aha dining experience for the two of us. Because I just imagine us sitting there talking about all the apartments we've seen so far, and then walking out onto the terrace after we eat and seeing all of Disney in front of you and all of Orlando. Like, you're gonna see that whole overview, and I'm just gonna break down.
I'm just gonna drink it in
because just like I'm gonna be standing there saying like, this is it. The next time we're here, it's gonna be home.
Yeah, we're not coming back. It's gonna be great.
And I just feel like it's going to be, that breakfast is going to be really special. Do you kind of understand what like?
Yeah, I get it. But like I said, like stuff doesn't hit me until it actually happens.
You don't know that though. We might be eating there and, things
what do you
might
think? I'm just going to sit there, put a piece of food in my mouth and start crying?
No, not food. But like think about it though. Like, when the rooftop.
I get it.
When we're done eating, we go out there and we're just looking at everything and we're reflecting on the trip.
Yeah. I guess it's gonna be different for me because I'm not gonna have them with us.
Yeah, but I you know how I am. I love the kids, like being a part of it and everything, but
we deserve our time too.
But for me, it's more of like what the trip was. This is the trip that's signifying and starting and sparking the rest of our life.
Mm-hmm.
And that morning is going to be like just all about us like making decisions and getting closure, and it's going to solidify what's happening even more. And I'm going to be like emotional, like overwhelmed, happy, kind of like, oh my God, like this is my, like, I can't even tell you guys how far back me wanting to live in Florida goes. Like, I wanted to move to Florida when I first got out of high school, and I didn't end up doing it. And life happened. I stopped going to Disney for a while just because of the relationships I was in. People thought it was stupid and immature, and I kind of just pushed that part of me way down deep and kind of forgot about her. And then when I met Dan, he loved Disney too, and I wasn't used to it, so I slowly kind of had to bring that person back out. And then when we finally started like going to Disney together and creating those memories,
that's how the 1 in a million diamond in the rough.
It was like bringing that girl back out from the depths and letting her be seen and felt again. And to think that like I'm finally giving her the life that she originally always wanted, it's a lot. It's like really heavy. For me, it goes very deep. I know it doesn't go that deep for you.
I mean, I want to remember I told you like a while back, I wanted to move down there way before I even met you.
But it wasn't necessarily for like family or the parks. It was because you just didn't want to be in New England.
I just wanted a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Because I was tired of what I had going on.
Yeah.
At the time.
So like our reasons for wanting to be in Florida might have like individually might have started off for different ways and different reasons, but now they've kind of merged together collectively. And I am so over New England. I'm ready for no snow. I'm ready to have color and palm trees in my life every day. I can't wait to be able to walk outside in February and it be 60 degrees. Like, there's just something about being able to have the sun shine through your window every day and it just feel good. Like, it just feel good. Here, like right now, it's overcast and gloomy. That's all it ever is anymore. And it's depressing. It's freaking depressing.
It was a lot different from when we were kids. When we were kids, it was nice on the weekends, but now, forget
Well, it's not even just the weekends, but like I feel like when it rains all day long. Mm-hmm. You're not getting an hour of rain and then the sun comes out.
But I'm sure Orlando has like times where it just rains for a week straight.
They do. One fall, like the fall time, it rains all the time. But there's also other stuff to do. Like here, you're just
stuck.
Yeah.
In that random circle.
Yeah. So I did have one other question that came through on my Instagram. It is, will you apply to work somewhere on Disney property? as I spoke before, Dan is transferring from a job that he has up here to a job down there, so he is not going to be working on property. I would love to work on property in a sense. So I don't plan on applying to the Disney company directly. What I really ideally want to do is apply for a job that puts me in the bubble a little bit without being like correlated related to Disney, unless it's like a remote job or a big full-time opportunity working in the office or something to that effect. When I'm older, I would love to work in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. That would be like great. I would love to like just dress up, little girls and boys and prince and princesses costumes. That would be great. But I am looking into a nanny service that actually serves Disney vacationers and Disney guests while they're on their vacations watching their kids. So I am in the process of looking into something to that effect. Otherwise, if not that and that doesn't work out, I think I'm just going to apply somewhere in Disney Springs. It doesn't have to be it's not a Disney run store. I would be happy working at Basin, Salt and Straw, scooping ice cream. I don't care. But at least being in Disney Springs and around the entertainment and the atmosphere that I know and that I love, I think is going to be fully justified enough for me, and that's all I'm going to need. I am looking for part-time because I do want to keep focusing on my travel agency and you guys and this channel. I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't have found this new confidence and be taking you through this journey if it wasn't for you guys. So this is definitely going to become a big focus for me too while we're there. And who knows, the world is our
palm tree, as Tim Tracker would say.
Anything could happen once we get down there.
The world is now our palm tree.
The world is now our palm tree. I love that.
Hashtag.
Write that down in the comments. Hashtag the world is now our palm tree. So that is pretty much the update, you guys. The house, we still have a bunch of trash to get rid of. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, probably after we get back from Florida, we can get rid of the rest of the trash and just focus on what's coming with us. We are planning on getting rid of a few more big pieces, but we can't get rid of those things until it's like the week of. Like the couch, the table, the beds. So we do have some big pieces of furniture that we still need to get rid of, but we are using them right now, so we can't get rid of them yet. And other than that, I think that's it. Can you think of anything else that I might have forgotten as far as the process, what's happened, where we're at, the house?
Well, I would assume in the next video we're going to talk about traveling.
Yeah, so the next couple of videos that you guys are going to see are all about the trip. So you guys are going to be able to see my daily planning video that I briefly mentioned earlier in this video. That video is going to go up of me planning our trip out. And then you'll have a pack and prep with me video that we love doing. I love doing those videos for you guys, and I know you guys love them too. And then after that is going to be, us vlogging the trip. And I will take you guys through some of the tours. Obviously, I'm not going to go into detail about the places or where they are. I'm just going to kind of B-roll a lot of it for you guys for privacy reasons. But I definitely do want to take you guys through that experience. I feel like there's not enough out there. I feel like when we were looking for apartment tours and stuff, there really wasn't much.
When we started, there wasn't like barely anything.
Like it was very hard to find apartment tours like casually like this in a vlogging style to get a more like personalized view of someone touring unit. So I would really like to record as much as I possibly can for you guys because I feel like it's a missed opportunity and there should be more of that out there, especially for you guys who are looking to move. If you are someone looking to move to Orlando, Florida, I would highly suggest subscribing if you're not already subscribed. That way you can go along this journey with us and really go through the experience from beginning to end. That's really why I'm recording this entire process, because I want everyone to just get a feel of what the full process is from beginning to end, not just looking for the apartments, not just the moving segment, but all of it. And I really hope that you guys are enjoying these videos. I really like sharing them with you, even though some of them have been a little bit harder to share than others. I do think it's important for you guys to see every every piece of it as much as I possibly can. I will be showing you a good chunk of the touring, and obviously we'll take you guys along when we go to breakfast and do our monorail crawl and all the Disney-esque fun things. I will show you guys the restaurants that we check out. We're going to check out a few restaurants while we're down there that are not on Disney property. We're finally going to go to the brewery that Dan's been wanting to go to, that Mammoth Club.
Thanks for the tip, Molly.
That Mammoth Club talks about, they have a channel. Go and check them out. So we're really excited to go there and check out some brews and have some bites while we're there too, and just really get to know more of the area than just Disney.
It's going to pay off to learn the new surroundings of our new home. It'll pay off.
I've been debating on...
I'm confident.
I'm debating like, do I call it home now?
No, it's not home until we're actually step foot in there and not coming back.
I feel like when we go down in a couple of weeks, if we actually end up falling in love with a place and picking a place, at that point, it's going to be home for me. Like, I feel like we're not going to be returning home. We're just returning to this place that is giving us a platform to go home, if that makes any sense. So, I don't know. I am excited, y'all. I'm really excited to get to this next step. I'm feeling really good about everything. And hopefully the rest of the financial stresses come together and it all works itself out. That's where we're at. How do you feel?
I feel good. I've been ready. As soon as we started this process, I've been ready. Dan's
been so excited. He's been happy.
Work is still stressful, but I'm just ready to be done.
Now there's a light at the end of the tunnel, though.
Yeah.
Like
because before it was just...
It was like you're going into this job every day with no future progressions, with no light at the end of the tunnel, and now at least there's a light now.
Yeah. There's a night light right now.
It's a night light.
It hasn't gotten big yet.
It will as it gets closer and closer, that's for sure.
When we're about halfway there, then the light's going to get bigger.
We're halfway there.
I wasn't going there, but okay.
What are you most looking forward to on the upcoming trip?
Just getting a feel for the lay of the land, what our potential next home is going to be. I would prefer to do Winter Garden. That's just me. Yeah.
Ideally, that's our dream spot, is to be in Winter Garden. It's the perfect in-between. But it is hard to find places there right now because it is such that area is so in high demand.
And for an added bonus, I have family in that town already.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Dan does have some family. So just to give you guys a quick little blip about that, Dan does have family down in Florida. So we will be able to, have people to see and spend time with. I have some friends down in Florida. A couple of them are just social media friends at the moment, but we have met in person briefly once or twice. And I'm really excited to develop those relationships and have the kids meet them. And then for the social media relationships that I haven't met in person yet, but I've talked about meeting them finally, I can't wait to finally do that. It would be really nice to kind of integrate this YouTube platform that I've created with other YouTubers. And
I would like to meet Allison and Daniel.
Yeah, so Allison and Daniel, she does have a YouTube channel. I will link her channel down below. She does a lot of like park ambiance, but she is mostly on Instagram, and they do Take My Money Tuesdays, and they're just super funny and down-to-earth, quirky people, and I feel like we would get along with them really well. It'd be really nice to meet up with them. So we definitely have a pool of people that I've gone back and forth with briefly that I would love to finally meet and get to know and develop those friendships moving forward. But it'll be nice to have family to start, and then just see where it all takes us. Well, that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was the update that you were looking for, that you were craving, that you needed. I'm sorry if I missed anything, but I think we did pretty good. I think we touched on all the surfaces. And if you guys like the video, make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really does help out me and the channel immensely. And if you're new here, like I said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any more of these Project F videos or the tours or any part of this moving process. And also hit the bell notification too. It will notify you when I do upload those videos. And that's it. I will see you guys. Actually, we'll see you in the pack and prep with me. We'll see you in Florida. Happy planning and stay magical. Bye.
Bye now.